All right, everybody. So as promised in our weekly community call today, I'm going to actually walk you through step by step, node by node in a very easy fashion to understand both the workflows we showcased. I'm going to start off with the dashboard one where rather than going into the overview section of N8N and trying to identify, look through each and every workflow, which becomes extremely laborious task, we created this workflow that is going to do that in an instance. So you basically save a lot of time and you basically have a bird eye view of all your workflows being activated and run in real time. So without further ado, let me go ahead and zoom in a bit over here. So I'm going to start off with the first node, which is the webhook node. And as you see, like this node is going to listen to the web request we're going to make right now. Then it's going to start when we're going to actually activate this as soon as possible. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and execute this. Now, what is happening is that we initiated an event. If I were to go over here, double click over here, as you can see, it's listening for the event, which is happening right now. And it basically happens at the backend, as you can see on top, like it's active. So if I were to click over here in the execution section, there you go. You can see over here that this is the execution that we created and it was successful. So if I were to click over here, now you're going to see that the workflow is green. There you go. We ran the whole workflow in the background successfully. Now I'm going to actually go back over here into the editor. So our first event was the webhook node, which we ran successfully. Now, the next one is the HTTP request node. What happens over here is that once we triggered the event, now it is going to ask the N8N, our main canvas. In other words, in very easy language, it's going to talk to the server and get all our active workflows in the N8N. So once that happens, then it moves towards the split out node. Now it basically got all the information it needed for all the active workflows. Now we're moving towards split out node. What happens over here is that it is going to take the big chunk of data and it's going to break that into multiple different data packs. And why that happens is that we don't want to make too much burden on a single node because like there might be a possibility that you have more than 100 workflows. So rather than crashing the node, it is always better to split the big data into small packets, into single items, so it is easy for us to work on each one of them and send that to the next one. After that, once we've split that out, the fourth node is the extraction node. Now what's happening over here is that this is going to pick out just the node types, tags, webhooks, and path using the JMES path. Now, why are we acting like 4 different things? Types, tags, webhooks, and paths. We can always go ahead and choose whatever we want to be showcased in the dashboard. For us, we basically chose this. And let me actually go ahead and also showcase that to you right now. It's basically very easy for you to understand. Let's go here. So I want to do that in real time. So it's very easy for you to understand. So remember, like I said, like it is going to get us the node usage, the tags, webhook endpoints, types. The same is happening over here. That is basically is picking out the node types, tags, webhooks, and paths. Now, once it is successful in identifying those, it is going to move to the workflow section node. Now, what's happening over here? This node is going to grab all the workflows from the API that we created in the first place, and it's going to organize that to use it later over here. Now, from here, we go over here to the global section node. Now, what's happening over here? This node is going to make a summary info about all our workflows, the total count, active count, triggered totals, which is basically easily being shown over here. Total triggers, total nodes, active workflows, total workflows. And then from here, we're going out and sorting the workflow nodes. This node, as you can see over here, is your workflows by when they were updated by the name. So all the workflows that are active, you're going to be able to see that over here. Workflows, their names. You can scroll down. For us, it's basically these. For you, it may be more, less, but this is what's happening in this node that is basically populating the workflows by their name and their status. So that's what's happening over here. Now, aggregate workflow node. This node groups all the workflows data together so we can actually combine them and give, like combination figure, like how many total. So as you can see from the name, it's aggregating all the workflows. First, we sort it out, and then now we're aggregating that. Now, if I scroll down over here, this section, node section, what is happening over here? This node section is going to actually find nodes that are in the use among all the workflows you have and count, because like a lot of times we want to see like what are the topmost nodes our organization, our team is using and why they're so popular, how much they're using. So in order to do that, if I go here, it is like the total nodes 692, and this is the total nodes usage. Like the usage is like for HTTP requests, you have almost like 20 nodes across all the workflows that has this specific node. And then all the nodes, and in front, the digit shows like what is the usage of that particular node. That's what's happening over here. From here, it found it. Now over here in sorting, it is trying to sort that into a list by how often they appear, as I could show you over here. It got all the data, total 692. Now it also got like what are those nodes? That's over here. And in front of that, it's going to let us know like how many times this specific node is being utilized. Now, once we've done that, we're going to move forward to the aggregate node. Now, first we found the nodes, then we populated the nodes and the frequency they're being used. And now it's time to aggregate them into a group, which we can actually report later over here. Now, as we move down over here, now comes the tag section. Again, over here, we're going to find all the tags from our workflows in a collection. So if I take you over here on the dashboard, look at this. Tags. So for us, like 5, 6 tags. For you, it might be like 20 tags, 100 tags. But whatever the tags are, this section is going to find those tags. Over here, we're going to sort it out the way we did in the dashboard. And at the end, we're going to aggregate, like what are the total? And we're going to group them into one specific piece. Okay, towards the end is the webhook section. Now, again, it is going to find all the webhook paths that are being utilized by all of our workflows. Once we found it, we're going to move on sorting it. Now, here we're going to sort the pathways by how many workflows are using them. And at the end, we're going to aggregate that. So if I take you back to the dashboard, look at this. These are all the webhook endpoints, all the workflows that is utilizing the webhook endpoint. So we found it, we populated it over here. So if I go back onto our workflow, let me zoom out a bit. Now, one of my favorite nodes where everything combines, which is the merge tab. So now all the information that we collected is going to be completed in the form of a final JSON node from up top, the global section, from the workflows, the tags, the nodes, the webhook endpoints, every single thing collected into one single JSON. It is going to convert all the information into a JSON file. Now, once it is converted into a JSON file, then we're going to complete and create an HTML node. Once the HTML page is created, then we're going to respond back to the webhook node, and we're going to get this specific HTML page populated in real time, telling us like the total workflows we have, what are the active workflows, total nodes, total triggers, and then further, you can see like it talks in detail for the workflows, for the node usage, tags, webhook endpoints. Again, as I said in the meeting today, that for us, this is something that we need to know more, better, like how many node uses we have done, what's the overflow of all the workflows. Are they active? Are they not? Is there an error going on over here? And then how many tags do we have? How many workflows we have that is ending with the webhook endpoints? For us, this is more useful. For you, it can be something different. You can actually add all those things over here in the aggregate section. Like if you see this is the nodes, these are the tags, these are the webhook. For you, you might also want to know like errors. You might also want to know the usage of a specific subscription. So, like sky is the limit, but I think what we wanted to showcase was like, if you go and look at the fact that the overview is provided by the N8N itself, it is very constrict. It does not give you freedom of choice to make your own dashboard, which is why we created this one. Again, this is for the whole organization that we created. Your teams, your departments can create their own separate ones as well. So what I'm trying to say is that, as Lucas said in our call earlier today, that what you see over here is for the whole org. You might find it better to create that for departments. Like, for example, customer service have their own one. Customer service is running like 10 workflows in N8N, and they want to have a bird eye view of their own department. They can actually go and create the separate one for their own department, utilizing the same ideologies, utilizing the same philosophy. And one of the most important things I want to mention over here is that if I click over here in the overview section, what you see in the top over here, this is what you get from N8N itself. Up top, 5 different things. How many are the production executions, the failed ones, the failure rate, time saved, runtime. But if you want to add something more, you cannot do that. That's why I say, like, if you're somebody who is running a lot of workflows and they are tired of just getting this view, what we created gives you a bird eye view and you can actually customize the way you want. So that's one thing. And I'm going to actually attach the JSON of this workflow in the comments down below. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask those questions in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to assist you and guide you. Like if something you didn't quite understand, or if you like it, or if what has been said, it resonated with you. If you liked the style of teaching, feel free to comment that as well. Like we're always in the pursuit of getting better, and like bring that individuality, that explanation to you, which basically makes it easier for you to implement these things in your own organization as well. With that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.